Hi YouTube, this is Penwithers. This is part 6 of the expansion. I've heard a lot of people saying that they struggle with soldering and such like, and connecting up to rail joiners. So I just thought before we get too far into it, we'll just make a start and show you how I do it. Obviously I get everything prepared. I literally just apply a little bit of the liquid flux, and I'm just tinning the fish plate joiner at the moment. So I fluxed all of these up. I got a little file here just to hold the fish plates. And with this soldering iron, you can see the solder have just dabbed onto the tip. You see it there smoking. When it stops smoking, it seems to reach its heat. Doesn't take too long, but it's worth letting it heat up on the tip of the soldering iron. It's a little bit cold in here this evening, and it's taken a little bit of time to heat up, to get some heat into it. And if you get a nice bit of shiny solder, you've usually got a very good joint. But like I say, it is a little bit, just hear it crackling there. That's perfect now. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the old soldering iron to warm up, but once he gets going, he's not too bad at all. And I got all the cables prepared to connect onto these. So like I say, it's nothing much to it, but it's just, if you've got something that's very dirty, then you want to clean it up before you use this flux. Everyone says, oh no, the flux will do it, but you can't beat a nice clean surface to work to. So there's 10 fish plates tinned. What I do now, I'll just get a bit of solder on the tip of the iron, and I'll bring in my first cable. And what I'll do is hold that onto the fish plate, a little bit of flux on it, and here it goes. There we are. That's literally soldered on there. It's not too bad to do. It's just having a little bit of patience. And here we go again. There, lovely. Yeah, it's fairly straightforward. It's just I think personally I like to have everything all prepared, cleaned up, all the ends of the cable cleaned up. With this stranded cable, I don't tend to tin the cable, because the solder seems to run in around that really well. I suppose with the smaller strands, if you try soldering to a piece of solid like electrical house wire, it needs a lot of heat. You probably want a bigger soldering iron to get some more heat into it, but this stranded stuff seems to, you know, take the solder a lot easier. Something I've just picked up. I wouldn't say, you know, it was gospel, but it seems to me that this will actually solder a lot better. Like I say, really it's quite straightforward. I think it's just getting that solder. Like I say, I always put it on the tip, and while I'm getting prepared, that's giving that a chance to heat up, occasionally you get one that might take a little bit longer, and at the end of the day, if you don't, like that one I moved it a bit quick, just put a little bit of heat back on it. At the end of the day, if you don't get it right, just have another go. You know, there's no don't want to be embarrassed if you don't get it right first time. I've spent a lot of time practicing, and now it's paying off. It's I find this quite straightforward. Almost say a bit therapeutic. You haven't really got to think about it. Like I say, everyone's a winner. So as you can see, it hasn't taken too long, and for some reason my video camera is not showing the time. Hopefully it's recording. But I don't know, that will be about 10 of these done in a short space of time. Yeah, quite therapeutic, but like I say, I thought I'd just show everyone how I did it, because I hear a lot say, oh, I can't do that. Well, up until 3 years ago I'd never done any soldering, and it's surprising how you pick it up. So there we are. That's obviously those and those done. We'll get a little bit more track laid, and hopefully we'll see these fitted in position. And just hopefully you can see that. That's the flux I use. It's Versatec. No clean liquid flux. It doesn't leave any green residue, but just thought I'd show you that, and we'll get back to this expansion. We'll see you in a moment. Right, we're just getting some of this track laid down. I'm putting the droppers in every 2 lengths of track on this, and I'll just quickly show you what we do. Obviously I've drilled a hole. I'm going to have a quick look there a minute. Drilled a hole in just on the end of each track, and I threaded the cables down through, because I thought, well, you don't really want to be seeing that, and we'll just push those down through. Track here is actually fixed. What I tend to do is just push those on, something like that. And I'll just get a little hammer and just tap those into place very gently, so that you don't damage the rail joiners. But some of them will push on, like that one. And like I say, others you've got to tap in. Obviously these are full lengths of track, so they're not too bad. But if you've got a piece that you've cut, you want to give it a good file off. But on the whole, this seems to work quite well. On the original part of the layout, except for this one, you always get one that's going to play up. The wire's kinked around a bit. But on the original part of the layout, I soldered to the side of the track, which worked very well. But I think really this works out quite tidy. You can just get in underneath, pull the slack down on the cables. Looks quite good, and obviously no chance of melting the sleepers when you're soldering onto the track. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. There's the next bit of track joined in, ready to go down through. So we'll get a bit more track done, and we'll have another look. Hi, made a decision to go with the Pico turnouts. They're the side mounted ones, PL11, just purely because they're fairly reasonably priced and allegedly fairly easy to fit. So I've got these 5 in place, and this means I can get the rest of the helix fitted up. But fairly straightforward to fit. You've got like 2 little locating plugs that go between the sleepers, and the other lugs actually go up against the sleeper just here, and basically that little lever will throw it. So I thought we'll give these a try. Just means I can get the helix fitted and get the trains up and running, just to give it a bit of test before we go too much further. So probably get this finished, and then hopefully we might see some trains running around.